Good morning. Well, it's afternoon, I think. Yeah, it's 12:25. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be me attempting to read all of my library books by the end of the year. It is December 9th, okay, and so this is one stack of library books. That's 5 books. And then this is my other stack of library books. Okay. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 library books out. And actually, no, there's 2 in here. 17, 18 library books out right now. And my goal is to read them all before I have to return them, which I already know that they are due, but they got rid of fines in New York City. So I will be returning them, but I want to finish them first. So I am listening to the audiobook of Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang. I'm 50% through. I listened to it today at the gym and on the walk over and the walk back. So I am reading this. I'm also reading this because this was part of the Goodreads Choice Awards. So I'm reading this for like this vlog and that other vlog. But I like it so far. It's kind of creepy. It is a ghost story. Like I didn't really think, I'm like, oh wait, so I like it so far. Again, I'm 50% in. I haven't been on like audiobooks for a while, but I decided to listen to this one as an audiobook. And then that's only the ones I'm reading right now. But I also want to start, I think I have some time before work. I think I want to start Too Old for This by Samantha Downing. I've read another book by Samantha Downing that I really like. And so I've read He Started It, which I thought was so good. I thought For Your Own Good was okay. I haven't read My Lovely Wife, and I don't think I've read A Twisted Love Story. I don't remember. This is Samantha Downing's newest book, and so I got this from the library, so I think I'm going to try and read some of that before I have to go to work. I put like these 2 in my bag because I'm like, okay, I'm ready to return these. Like I said, I have the audiobook of this, and then I'm probably going to audiobook this one, The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I've read multiple books by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and I didn't really like Mexican Gothic. I read this other one that she wrote last year about like the haunted, what's it called? I forgot what it's called, but it's like about a haunted like film set, a cursed film set, which I thought was okay. I like the writing style of that. And so this one is about witches, and so seems like historical fiction. Because I'm noticing it's like 1934, then there's like a 1934, 1908. Interesting timelines. 1998. So we'll see. But I'm thinking of doing this one on audiobook also. But I am ready to return these because I know I'm going to do audiobook. So I just put those aside. But I'm going to read a bit before. I also did start this one. This one's so big. So I was reading it in book form, and then I think I was also reading it on my Kindle. I might do this audiobook too, now that I think about it. I really go through phases. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want to read all my books on Kindle. Sometimes I'm like, I need a physical book. And then sometimes I just pick up audio randomly. Audio is the least amount of the way that I consume books. Usually it's Kindle at this point. Like there's just something unmatched about my Kindle at this point in my life. And so I'm going to get to reading some more of these books because I do want to finish them before the end of the year. So let's start. Okay, I just finished chapter 1. The chapters seem like they're going to be short, which that's good. That will make the book seem like it's going to go by a lot faster. From my understanding, Lottie, I think that's her name, she apparently was falsely accused of a crime, of a murder, being a serial killer. And so this woman shows up at her door. She's old now. She's like 70 something. She shows up at her door and is like, hi, I'm doing a docuseries on you, and you were wrongfully accused, whatever. I'm doing a docuseries and I want people to know the truth, whatever. And so she's like, I don't want to bring all that up. Like, that's good and done for me. Like, I'm good. And so then Lottie proceeds to, what I'm assuming is, get rid of the interviewer. So I don't know where we're gonna go with that, but we shall see. Officially finished my first book of the stack. I read Too Old for This and it was okay. I do like Samantha Downing's books actually. Like, they're at least 3-star or more. I thought this was really interesting because it's like this older woman who basically has a pretty shady past. In my opinion, she's definitely a serial killer, but she's just trying to have a nice retired life. Someone wants to dig up old things about her and like from her past, and she's just like, yeah, we're not having that. Like, that's not happening. Someone wants to make a docuseries on her and she's like, that's not happening. So then things go awry and she has to basically come out of the woodwork and start her old profession. It says it's like dark humor, and it kind of is. Like, it's like this old lady and she's just having to clean up a mess essentially so that no one can figure her out. And I thought it was good. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. I haven't rated it yet, but 3.5 stars. I finished it today, and then I started The Scammer on the train. I really love Tiffany D. Jackson. I love the book Grown. I'm looking on my shelf, Grown by her. That book pissed me off so much, but I think she writes about really important things, and I thought that Grown was so amazing. And I've also read The Weight of Blood, which is kind of like a Carrie retelling, so I thought that was really good too. But now I'm reading The Scammer. This is her newest book, and I just know it takes place at a college. I saw someone on TikTok today saying like, if you like cult books, and they were talking about this one, so we'll see. But I normally really like her books. I'm realizing this book is not very long and the font is pretty big. I'm already on I started on my Kindle and I'm like 14% in, and let's see where I am here. Really not that far in. I'm like 30 pages in. Let me see. Oh, maybe I'm really not that far in. Oh yeah, I'm literally this far. I guess 14% isn't, yeah, like isn't that far, but oh wait, I'm apparently page 25 in my book. And yeah, only 14%. For some reason I thought I'd be farther. Already making good work. I think this took me like 3 days. And with the way that this is going, I think that it won't take me that much time. It's officially snowing. This is actually kind of crazy. This is actually kind of crazy. It's officially snowing, like hardcore. Home and in my pajamas because today we did a triple feature. I have not done a triple feature in so long, but we watched Sinners, IMAX 70mm, 10 a.m. Immaculate, beautiful, staying on my top 4. I don't understand if people don't like Sinners. Like, I don't understand. Like, there has to be, if you don't like Sinners, I want to know what it is, and we can have a discourse. But I personally love Sinners, and I don't see enough movies like that. Like, love it, love everything about it. The music, the score, the acting, the characters, the story, everything. My one critique is the payoff is too short. Build up long. I wanted more of the end, but it makes sense, because if you had vampires, like, it wouldn't take that long. It wouldn't take that long for them to wipe you out, basically. So I understand, but it's such a great movie. Such a great movie. The research, the acting, the cast. And then we watched Dead Man's Wire, which is like this movie we have right now at our theater that is only playing at our theater and at Alamo. It was good, 3.5 stars, I would say, maybe 4. It was quick. Bill Skarsgård, funny. Like, that's a funny guy. I think the character he was playing, which is like meant to be kind of like a funny, awkward guy, and he nailed that. I also love him, like, love that man. And then thirdly, we watched The Shining, which, you guys know I like Stephen King. I may love Stephen King, but The Shining, I know is his like least favorite adaptation, and I know he like notoriously hates that movie. And you know what? I think I understand why. I like the movie. I think the movie's perfectly fine, but I think it doesn't age well. I mean, they are dropping the N-word. I'm like, if you just want to tell us that you hate your wife, like, just say that and let's move on. Even though I know Stephen King does not hate his wife. Like, she's the one that pushed him to publish his first book. So, like, I just know that he doesn't hate his wife, but like, Jack Nicholson in that movie hates his wife. It's clear as day to me. I was like, wow. I hadn't seen that movie in a while. I know that like the book is a bit different as far as like the issues they're trying to tackle. I read the book a long time ago, so I couldn't tell you up from down. That movie, I don't know if I want to keep watching that movie. I just don't know. Also, I'm still trying to figure out like the plot. Like, a spoiler alert, like he's been there the whole time. Like, he's always been the caretaker. So like, is he dead the whole time? Or that, maybe I sound dumb, but also the ending in the book and the ending in the movie are, I think, different. There are some things in that movie that I'm like, oh, okay. After watching it a zillion times, now it makes sense. But I'm like, wait, yes, he's been the whole caretaker the whole time. So like, has he been dead the whole time? Like, he's been back there. What? Maybe I'll do some research on that to understand that. Good morning. I'm literally still in bed. Like, I'm still in bed. It's like 10 something, and I was trying to figure out like the movies I was gonna do today. And I have a comedy show to go to tonight at like 9 o'clock. I need to be free at least by like 8 or so. So I was trying to fit 3 movies in today, but that would require me, based on like the times, that would require me to watch a movie at 10 in the morning. And I was like, I can't do that today. I think I'm gonna watch the 2:40 Hamnet. And then I'm gonna watch a movie at 5:30, a documentary called Teenage Wasteland. That'll at least be like 2 movies, and then I can watch Sentimental Value and The Secret Agent on another day. I technically would have watched 6 movies in 3 days, because on Saturday night I went to see Jujutsu Kaisen. I think it's called Execution, so I went to see that. So I saw that, and then yesterday we saw 3 movies, and then today I think I'm only going to be able to fit in 2. There's like a lot of movies I want to see. Nothing I'm like running out the door to see. I just feel like things I need to like catch up on. I really need to see Sentimental Value, because that one I feel like people are talking about for the award season. So we'll see. But not that I'm not interested in seeing that one, but it's not at like the top of my list, honestly. Like, nothing is at the top of my list right now. Like, there's no movies out that I'm like, I need to see. I do want to see Hamnet. I just know it's going to be like super slow. Same with Sentimental Value. I think it's also going to be super slow. So I'm like, I was going to watch originally Sentimental Value, Hamnet, and The Secret Agent. And I feel like my day would have been like so depressing. So we'll see. But I'm definitely going to watch Hamnet, and I'm going to go to Alamo, because at least if I'm going to watch like a movie, it's like 2 hours and 5 minutes. I want to at least have like good food and like comfy chairs. Mainly good food. I'm going to lay here. My movie doesn't start till 2:40, so I don't have to get out of bed yet. That was the whole thing where I was like, I was going to see a movie at like 11:15, but I'm like, that would require me to have left already, or like at least start getting ready already. Not happening. I'm already, which I don't know how. It's reading pretty quickly, but I'm already 62% in, but I'm only on page 211. So I'm not sure how the math is mathing, but I want to see if I can finish this before the movie, because it's 10:23 and the book is reading super fast. Somehow I already made it to 62%. It's like over 2 days, I think. So I'm gonna see how far I can get in that, and then I'll let you know what I'm doing. I officially finished The Scammer. I just finished it, and while I did find it quite fascinating, the one thing that was not believable to me was the ending. The ending to me felt really rushed, and like, I guess there's a twist. Most of her books have kind of a twist, and the twist wasn't believable for me. And I know that's weird, but it was just, to me, it came out of nowhere, because it makes sense, but also there were some things that Jordan did where I was like, there's no way this is, like, they don't match up to how the ending. So I'm confused. I was confused by that. But other than that, I thought it was really good and really interesting. I like Tiffany D. Jackson's books. I find her writing to be like really digestible, and I find her stories that she picks to be really, really interesting. Like Grown is like one of my favorite books. It's the most upsetting thing that I've read, but it's one of my favorite books by her. And I like The Scammer a lot. I need to read Monday's Not Coming. I heard that one's so good. I think I started it, but I don't think I finished it. I have another of her books. I think it's called Something in the Water or something. It's like literally right there. It's right here. Oh, Blood in the Water. So this is the other book I have by her, but I need to pick my next book from my stacks. Let's do that now before I have to go to work. So this is my stack of books right here that I have from the library, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to read next. I kind of want to read something short, so maybe Tantrum. Oh, maybe this Nicholas Sparks book. I feel like this could be fun. I think I want to read this or We Used to Live Here. I think those are the two things that I want to read. I also want to read The Intruder by Frida McFadden, but that's not a book I have out here. So right now we're just focusing on these. This is supposed to be a supernatural love story. I don't know if I want to start this. I'm so torn. Maybe I'll read the first chapter of each and then decide. Well, I've already read the first chapter of We Used to Live Here before. I don't even know what this is about. Let me see. It says, when a New York architect, Tate Donovan, arrives in Cape Cod to design his best friend's summer home, he is hoping to make a fresh start. Recently discharged from an upscale psychiatric facility where he was treated for acute depression, Tate is still wrestling with the pain of losing his beloved sister. Sylvia's deathbed revelation that she can see spirits who are still tethered to the living world, a gift that runs in their family, sits uneasily with Tate, who struggles to believe in more than what reason can explain. But when he takes up residence at a historic former bed and breakfast on the Cape, he encounters a beautiful young woman named Wren, who will challenge every assumption he has about his logical and controlled world. That's enough for me to understand what this book is about. I'm gonna read the first chapter in this and see what the vibe is. I changed my mind almost immediately. I think I'm gonna read We Used to Live Here. I think I'd rather read that. I'm actually already 25% in. I might just restart the chapter and then go from there. You know, I'm gonna have to restart the whole book because I don't remember it at all. I literally don't remember it at all. But I'm gonna start this. Okay, how in the world did it take me this long to pick up this book? Seriously, this is one of the craziest books I've ever read. I am not even done with it yet. I've been reading it on my Kindle. I got it from the library. You know, I'm trying to finish up my library books. Let me see, I'm almost done. Like I have like 30 pages. 30 pages left. This is how far I am. This is how much I have left. Like this. This is it. This is it. I'm on page 272 in the book. I've been reading on my Kindle. On the Kindle, it's 273 pages and I am 85% of the way through. I just got home from work. It is 1:34 in the morning. I am finishing this book. I feel like I saw this book on a lot of people's like favorites, but basically the premise is that this girl and her partner buy this like cabin in the woods, and one day this random family, a man, a woman, and 3 kids show up at their house. And the husband, Thomas, he's like, we used to live here. I used to live here when I was a kid. Do you mind if I show my family around? First of all, that was the first mistake. That was the first mistake. I remember wanting to read this for so long. It came out in paperback. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just gonna get it in the library. I'm like, I'm gonna get it on my Kindle. I'm finally reading it. This book is genuinely creeping me out. Like, I don't normally get creeped out from books, but like this book, genuinely creepy. And I still can't figure out what the hell is going on. I can't, is it ghosts? Is it supernatural? Like, is it body snatchers? Like, what is going on? I still can't figure it out, and I'm 85% through this book. But it is, I just know that like the ending is gonna be insane. And I feel like shit is hitting the fan right now. Like things are getting crazy. We are at the crescendo of the action. And I'm like walking home reading this and I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like it is crazy. So I think I read this in 2 days. Like I'm pretty sure I started this yesterday and I'm about to finish it now. Trying to get to 33% yesterday, but I fell asleep and I was at like 29 or something. And I read like on my commute, and then I read a bit at work, and I literally took the train so that I could read because I could have taken an Uber, but I was like, I really want to read. I'll wait the 18 minutes and I will take the train so I can read my book. And I'm 85% through and I'm gonna finish. I got snacks. I got white cheddar and an Almond Joy, and I'm not going to sleep until I finish this book. I know it's not going to take me that long, so I'm finishing this book. Also, I have to give an update because I finished a couple days ago We Used to Live Here. Fantastic book, 4.5 stars. Literally, like, I finished this in I think 2 days because it was so good. Like, I read it so fast. It was so wild. Like, I was like, what is happening here? Like, towards the end, I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, if this happened to me, it's scary. It's almost like, I'm not gonna give it away, but I would be devastated if something like this happened to me. I'll just say that. It's just so twisty. And it on the back it says genuinely scary. Like, yeah, this is the horror debut I'm seeing. Oh wow. Because Alma Katsu, speaking of Alma Katsu, I'll let you know later, but she said that it's the most impressive horror debut I've read in a long time. It's true. It was just so interesting. So different. Really, really good. I've really been getting into horror a lot at the end of this year, and I don't know, I'm loving it. So finished that, amazing. And then I also finished Blood in the Water. As you know, I'm working my way slowly through my library books. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 left, I think. And I think I had like 16. So I've finished four books. And I just finished Blood in the Water by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is the second book that I've read by her in this video because I had 2 books out by her. I didn't realize that this was middle grade. I don't mind middle grade, and I didn't realize that the font was so big. I finished this in 1 day. Like, I started it really late at night and then I finished the next day. but I read it on my Kindle. As you know, I'm reading like most of the things on my Kindle. But this was really cute. Not cute is not the word, sorry. The cover makes a lot of sense because it's kind of like about sharks lurking in the water. So this young girl, I think her name is Kehlani. I'm really bad with names and stories, but she goes to stay with like this like rich black family. She goes to the Hamptons for, or is it Martha's Vineyard? Yeah, she goes to Martha's Vineyard for like a summer kind of like vacation, and she goes with like a family friend, and the family friend is like, there's a daughter that's her age there, and she's a little bit snooty, like very uppity, and she definitely looks down on Kehlani, but because Kehlani's father is in prison, and so there's like a lot of like, people kind of look down on her about that, especially these like upper echelon black people. They look down on her, and so she's going to like stay with them for the summer, and it's clear that they like don't think that she's on their level. Anyway, so she's in Martha's Vineyard. I have this idea of like sharks lurking. I feel like it's kind of like a double entendre in a way, because there are literal sharks, but also like the people in the book that are like kind of lurking around her. You can tell that they're either hiding secrets, but they're just like circling, and you can tell it's like something is up with this family that she's like staying with. Like something is up. So it's a very interesting story. And I realized, like I said, it's middle grade. One of the kids goes missing, and so there's kind of like a mystery element, and she's like very observant. So they're kind of trying to find out like what happened to this kid that also was like in Martha's Vineyard while she's there. It was really cute. Like, I hate to say cute, but I'm like, oh, middle grade, so it's cute. But no, it was a really good like middle grade mystery thriller where it's like not too graphic, not too horrible. But I had to realize like this girl's like 12. Like if I were going through this when I was 12, I'd be like, that just seems like a lot for a 12-year-old, but it was actually really good. And I think that this like edge is just so cute. But yeah, I love Tiffany D. Jackson. I've decided, like, love. But I'm trying to figure out what to read next. So I started 3 books because I couldn't figure out. I started Tantrum, which is really short, and I'm honestly not very far in. I am 21%, I guess, into Tantrum. I don't know how far that is. I also started The Fiend, or not The Fiend, but Fiend by Alma Katsu. I've read another book, The Hunger by Alma Katsu, that I really liked, but I'm only 4% into this. And then I also started King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby, and I'm also 4% into that. So I started like the top 3 books on here because I just couldn't figure out. I knew that I wanted to read these 3 next, but I couldn't figure out which one to read. So I think I'm gonna I want to read Tantrum and just finish it because it's really short. I feel like I could finish that, like, it has like 2 to 3 hours, so I could finish that in a day for sure. But I also really want to read King of Ashes. None of them are like really gripping me yet, so I'm kind of like between the 3 books, so I'll probably just continue doing that. But again, I'm trying to read like all of my, not all, but like as many library books that I have out as possible before the end of the year, because on December 31st or like December 30th, I'm taking them back. And if I didn't read them, I didn't read them. Like they're all going back because next year I'm focusing on my home TBR. So all my library books need to go back. So I'm trying to read as many as possible before the end of the year, because it is December 20th. So I have 11 days to read more of these books, and that includes reading them on audio, probably audio and Kindle. And I've just been like reading a lot, so I feel like it's taken me maybe like 2 days to get through the books, and I feel like that's kind of like a good, I don't know, a good, like, I'm on like a good roll, a good pace with the books. So I'm definitely not gonna finish all 12 because I don't read one book a day. It usually takes me like 2 to 3 days to finish a book, so I probably will finish at least like 3 more books. finished the audiobook for When the Wolf Comes Home, and this is a really great book. I had never read anything by Nat Cassidy before, but I gave this 4 stars. This was horror and mixed with like almost fairy tale. It was so interesting. It's about this girl who, you know, she's kind of just like surviving, working at a diner. It's really gruesome, this book too. It's like very gruesome and graphic and gory and almost disgusting. Like, I'm listening to the audiobook, I'm like, this is disgusting, but it was so also fascinating. So like I said, it's about this girl who, she is like outside one day and she sees like this boy run into the street, like run out of the forest, and she's like, what's happening here? And so she kind of gets involved with this boy because he's like running from his father, and then some interesting things happen, and it kind of takes this like supernatural kind of fairy tale like turn. I don't want to say too much about it, but there's an afterword by the author, by Nat Cassidy, that I listen to right now about like his father. Like, he's like, my dad is not in the book, but I think he's trying to, what he says is like process certain things in his life by writing this book. And he said also this is like part of a trilogy kind of for with Nestings and Mary. He says that he's processing different losses in his life, and I'll continue to say that like I am just so fascinated with horror and the way that it explores different themes. It's pretty hard themes normally to talk about, but a lot of times they are explored through horror. One of the things is like, you know, obviously there's a wolf involved and a wolf does show up, but where the wolf comes from is clearly a place of some kind of like trauma for the little boy. This is really good. Great horror novel. I already downloaded Nestings and Mary on my Kindle, so I definitely will want to read those. Probably maybe next year, we'll see. I definitely give this 4 stars. We're back in the booth. Let me see if I can get some light here. We're back in the booth. It's a room of beer today, but I'm back in the booth, and now I'm projecting a movie called No Other Choice. It's the movie that came out on Christmas, but I'm back up here, and I'm currently reading The Fiend by Alma Katsu. I personally love Alma Katsu. I've only read one book by her, The Hunger, but I absolutely loved it. So I just started this one, and the blurb on the front says, if you like Succession but think it would have been a lot more fun with a 1,000-year-old demon, then Fiend has got you covered. Excuse me, what? I've never watched Succession. Well, that's not true. I watched like one episode, but this book kind of has me like wanting to watch it, and it does very much give Succession, but it follows this family, and apparently they are very, very, very wealthy, and apparently they have something that has helped them, maybe called the Watcher or the Protector or something. I don't even remember the name, but basically it's like something that has been like watching over their family, but it's like a big secret. So like some people in the family know and some people don't. And one of the main daughters, she is hoping to get recognized and take over the company, even though she feels like her dad's probably going to give it to her brother. But she's like, he is not equipped from this company. I am. So I find it to be very, very interesting. But also, I did finish King of Ashes. And can I tell you, S.A. Cosby writes such rich characters, rich story. This might be my second favorite book by him. My first favorite book by him is Razorblade Tears. I've read almost everything by him except My Dark it's called like My Darkest Secret or something. I have it at home. I forgot what it's called, but there's one more book of his that I need to read, and I will be reading that. But King of Ashes follows Roman and his brother Dante, and Roman lives in Atlanta. He's really good with money. He's like a banker or investment maker. I don't know. He's really good with money, and that's his job. Again, I had to start the movie, but okay, so King of Ashes follows Roman and Dante, he's kind of a fuck up. And you find out why later on in the story, but basically Dante gets involved with some very shady, very bad people, and Roman has to come back to town because something happened to their father. Their father got into an accident, I guess, and now he is now in a coma. But when Roman gets back there, he finds out what his brother has been doing and how his brother has been spending his time, and the debt that his brother needs to pay to these very bad people. And the book ensues from there. The way that S.A. Cosby writes characters, and they're so rich, and like you feel for all of them. And I thought the story was really, really engaging. Like, I don't read a lot of crime fiction, but I would definitely call this crime fiction, and I couldn't put it down. Like, it was so good. He's such a good writer. Just like, even towards the end, I was like, okay, where is this gonna go? And like, the shocks that you get towards the end, it's just like, wow. But I feel like, I think I only have one book left to read from him, and that sucks. So he needs to keep putting out more books. My favorite book by him is Razorblade Tears. I think I said that. And now I think King of Ashes might be my second. Because his last book, I don't know what it was about his last book. Like, it wasn't bad, but it made me, I was like, I need this to finish now. It was really, really awesome.